Hello, Unlimited friends. Today I want to address a question from Jennifer. So I'm going to read the question out. Why do I have a hard time letting go of a male that I had intimacy and connection or a relationship with, even when letting go is in my best interest? Why do I feel attachment? Is it partly from being abused as a child and not having a father love and care for me? I have been single for over a year, but I feel getting a better stance on these topics will be beneficial to me. I find it challenging putting this topic into a question. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for sharing the question and also allowing some of your beliefs to come up to the surface so that we can help clean them up. All right, so before we get into this discussion, let me just give you an introduction. If you're here for the first time on my YouTube channel, hi, my name is ZMAHOON. I'm the author of 12 books on the subject of law of attraction, and on this channel it is my intention to create a space where we can together learn how to apply law of attraction in simple and easy ways. All right, let's get to Jennifer's question. Why do I have a hard time letting go of a relationship? Jennifer, it's because you connect your well-being or your happiness to the relationship. Soon as you sever that connection, then you will not have a hard time giving it away. See, the connection that you makes you feel that this relationship is contributing to your stability as an individual. You think that if you lost the relationship, and I use the word lost in inverted commas, if this relationship went away, that your stability would also go away. And we only feel this way if we attach our stability to something that is outside of us. Think of it this way. Think of yourself as a table that is stable, has 4 strong legs. But now imagine that you take one leg and you can, instead of using one of your own legs, you take this leg and you throw it away, and instead you use the leg of another table to lean your top against or on top of. Now, if that table is moved even 6 inches away from you, you are no longer stable because it's as if you lost one of your legs. And you see, this is a mistake a lot of times we make, in the sense that we make the relationship part of our stability, whereas we have the ability to have our own 4 legs and be stable. The purpose of a relationship is not to give us stability. The purpose of a relationship is to magnify and multiply the joy that we can share together. Sharing joy magnifies it and makes it bigger. Sharing sorrow magnifies it and makes it bigger as well. Whatever you focus on becomes bigger. So it's like, here I am, a table with 4 stable legs, and then there's another table next to me with 4 stable legs. When the 2 tables are joined together, leaning against each other, they constitute a larger table and more fun around the table. That's how you should look at a relationship. It is not a substitute for your own stability. It adds to it. It magnifies and multiplies it. It is fun to have, but it is not the foundation of who you are. So when you cut that cord, when you see, it's this thing that we learn in society, that you complete me. I need you to be whole. And you don't need anyone to be whole, but when you tell yourself that you need this person in order to feel complete, then that is what is active inside you That is your belief, and you can never live your life outside the framework of your beliefs. You have to change your beliefs so that you can change your behavior. You cannot change your behavior without changing your belief. So if your belief was different, if your belief was relationships are wonderful when I come together with someone and the two of us hit it off together, both of us have fun and both of us become more. And it's okay for both of us to have our individuality and enjoy doing things separate and apart as much as we enjoy doing things together. That's freedom inside a relationship. But when you start treating someone as if they are the basis of your stability, they are one of your legs, nobody wants that burden. Nobody wants to shoulder your tabletop with one of their legs. They've got enough of their own tabletop to shoulder. And so this is why people feel caught. They feel that their freedom has been taken away inside a relationship, and everybody runs from a relationship like that, because that is not the purpose of a relationship. The purpose of a relationship is not to make the other person responsible for your happiness, but to magnify the happiness that you share together. Make sense? All right. So that was the first part of your question. And then your question is, why do I feel attachment to males? I want you to stop saying that, because part of the reason things happen again and again, you feel that attachment again and again, is because you're repeating to yourself that that's how I behave. I behave like that. Why do I behave like that? Why do I keep behaving like that? I shouldn't be behaving like that, right? So stop it. When you stop telling yourself that that is who you are, then you stop being that. It's like the child who is told you're stupid, and then the child repeats to themselves, I'm stupid, I'm stupid, I'm stupid. And you want to say to that child, no, you're not. Stop saying that to yourself. Because when you say that to yourself, you limit yourself. And in the same way, when you say, I form this unhealthy attachment to males, then that's what you're doing to yourself. You're perpetuating that. So what you need to start saying to yourself, or what I recommend that you start saying to yourself is, wouldn't it be nice to come together with someone who enjoys being with me and I enjoy being with them? And together we can have fun. Together we can do many things that bring us both joy. I want harmony, communication, and just feeling good in a relationship while I maintain my individuality and allow the other person to maintain theirs, right? Okay, so then you move on and you talk about, is it partly from being abused as a child and not having a father love and care for me? No, absolutely not. You can assign that reason, but that reason no longer exists. It might have existed in your 6-year-old mind or your 8-year or 10-year-old mind, but that reason is no longer true. Who you are today does not need a father or a mother. And then there's so many children who are orphaned right at birth, and they have neither parent, but they end up doing fine. They end up becoming valuable to society, and they end up being icons for us to look at and learn from. The reality is, we don't really need our parents. Our parents are just an avenue, a conduit through which we come into the world. But honestly speaking, we are better off without their guidance. Because well-meaning as they are, they end up communicating their belief systems to us. And sometimes those belief systems actually get in the way of what we can accomplish and the amount of joy that we can get out of life. Nobody needs a parent. And granted that you were made to feel that way, You were made to feel that the absence of a father contributed to creating a shortage of something in your life. But no, not really, and certainly not at this stage of the game, because the past doesn't matter from where you are today. You can start exactly where you are and tell yourself the past doesn't matter, because it really does not, unless you keep thinking about it. If you think about the past and you make it the reason for the way your life is, your process of thinking that way is what pulls it forward into your future. And if you say the past doesn't matter, I let it go, then it's gone and it no longer controls what happens to you next. All right. So, whether you've been single for a year or 10 years or 20 years doesn't matter, because we have the ability to be happy, to find joy in whatever state we find ourselves. The fact that media, I have to say, movies, media, cartoons, even a cartoon like The Lady and the Tramp, for example, they perpetuate this thing that your life revolves around romance and having a partner, but that's not true. Each one of us is complete unto ourselves. And it is fun to co-create with other people, but there's so many ways that you can co-create with someone else. You don't need a partnership. You don't need people living with you. You don't need to have a physical relationship. You don't need to spend all day, every day. You don't need to wake up in the same bed in order to feel complete. And at the end of the day, Jennifer, what you're looking for is that feeling of feeling complete onto yourself. And you can have that feeling. That feeling is what self-worth is all about. Self-worth is about saying, I'm enough, and I am good, and I'm having fun. And if you are enough, and you're good, and you're having fun, let's have fun together. It is not about asking anyone to complete a void in you, because that burden, no one deserves that burden, because you're responsible for your own voids and finding ways to fill them. So I hope that this discussion was useful for you and it brought you some of the answers that you were looking for. And maybe this discussion will create new questions inside you. And if that happens, bring him on, because I love hearing from you and I love responding to your questions. Take care, have fun, and see you next time. Bye for now.